Hey everybody, welcome back to Full Blast Garage. I'm John Strong, and this is our new to us 2007 Lincoln Mark LT, and it's got just a little under 80,000 miles. We picked it up locally at an estate auction. Little did we know that after paying off the family that owned it, we had to pay off a claim for adverse possession from the rats that lived inside this thing. Man, it's a mess. The rodents ate off the intake, and then they also left evidence everywhere. In this video, I'm going to go through what it is to replace the coils on this thing. They're kind of backfiring a little bit of misfire on this truck. But, other than the horrible stench, the truck seems to run fine. That's why we've named this thing Stinking Lincoln. So stay tuned. The Stinking Lincoln. The thorn in my side. Let's see if y'all can hear it. Could y'all hear all the stuff running to the back of the hood? That's because through this hole, I'm guessing, the rats were living in there, and it's just full. Like, you can hear it slosh around when you open the hood. Oh God, it's so gross. Well, I hope you guys like that intro. But yeah, man, welcome to another video on Full Blast. If you guys could take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, that'd be great. But this old Lincoln here, man, it's seen better days. Even though it's super low miles, I mean, less than 80,000 miles. But she's got the chrome eBay pipe because the rats literally ate every piece of the intake. It was gone. And I think they pooped every piece out too, just right on top of the engine. I mean, it's so disgusting. But I've went ahead, I was getting some misfired codes on 5 and 6, and I replaced those two. I was just kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of my motto. Just do those two. And now I think the rest of them just need to go ahead and be done. On these engines, like this generation of Ford, spark plugs are super, super touchy. So I ain't messing with that. As long as they're firing a little bit, we're just going to keep them in the bores. And if you were going to replace them, man, get the engine hot, get it real hot, and then try and break them loose. Don't do it on a cold engine. You got way more chance of breaking that spark plug off in the hole. I'm going to show you guys what we're working with here, and then I'm going to start replacing all these coils. So after many times pressure washing and vacuuming this thing out, man, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's just all the little cracks and crevices down here by the coils. Everything is just covered still. And we've hit this thing hard. Oh. But everything works on this truck. I mean, it's got AC, even though it blows out, it smells like ammonia. But man, just everything needs like a deep professional cleaning. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but man, look, like all the little crevices in this engine, it's just full under the intake there. The old mass air had a little break on the wiring there, and nothing the zip tie won't fix. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. The coils on this engine, not too hard to access. Like kind of right where my finger is here is number, I think on Fords, this is number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That back one's gonna be fun, but yeah, you just go ahead. I think it's an 8mm. It's 8 or smaller. 8mm bolt holding these coils in, and go ahead and rip that out, pull that coil put your new one and tighten it back down. And I would recommend just do it one at a time so you don't get your wiring crossed. All right, Stinking Lincoln. Let's get after it. I don't even know. I ain't never used this thing before. Oh. Just like a regular ratchet. Let me see, this thing might be smaller than an 8mm. Oh yeah. She's a 6 or a 7. Take 2, 7mm. Pretty sure these bolts are pretty long-winded too. They're long. All right. Make sure you're pulling the connection for the coil and not the fuel injector. That ain't gonna help you out any. So find a safe place for that bolt, and you can go ahead and disconnect your coil. And these old plastic fasteners sometimes will fight you. And we got all new Motorcraft coils for this truck. I recommend, if you're working on Ford or Chevy, man, try and get the OEM stuff, because nowadays, man, this aftermarket stuff is just not that great. You're probably gonna have better luck with something that's OEM. All right, got that back down where it came from. Move this hose out of the way and get our bolt started. Always start these guys by hand. Don't just start nailing it with the impact. Make sure he ain't cross-threaded. They don't take much on this aluminum. Grab the coil that fell. I'm sure it's still fine. Give it a little snug up by hand. And you got one coil in. Just want to check, make sure this thing ain't binding on anything.
You're St. John, on anything can happen.
I don't know what Siri was listening to there.
I found this on the web.
All right. So on a Ford, this is number 2. So they kind of have opposite completely of Chevy cylinder numbering on these generations of motors. God, it's so nasty. I'm not someone that likes to mess with stuff that's been rat infested. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like my kryptonite on cars. I'd try and wash and wash and wash until it got completely clean. But on something like this, it's got so many electronics. You got to be kind of gentle with it. And that doesn't really mean blast it with the pressure washer. All right. Get this bolt started again. So on driver's side, I already got the front 2 done. That was from last time I worked on this thing. So at least, you know, I got, what is that, 20% of the job done, maybe a little more. All right, so now starting to get into the tricky territory. We ain't got a whole bunch of room. I'm hoping I can at least get this thing started with the ratchet. Come on. I know this thing can't be that tight. There we go. All right, if y'all keeping count, this is the third coil. And they're getting increasingly tighter back here to get out, but it's possible. All right. I mean, there's nothing that's giving me any evidence that these things weren't firing or were bad, like the boots real torn up or something leaking out of them. Hopefully they're just worn out a little bit. This one might fight me a little bit. Oh, I know why. The bore's done filled up. Let me go grab the vacuum. Ah, so gross. Oh, oh God. I think I'm going to rig something up, kind of get a hose down in that spark plug bore. I'll be back. I got this old piece of hose. I'm just going to jam it on the end of the vacuum here, get down that spark plug hole. Hope for the best. Let's just go ahead and keep this out here. I got a feeling we might be needing it in the future. All right, well, I think I got the bore cleaned up. Let's see if that makes a difference here. Oh yeah, she's in. It'd help if you stabbed it in with the bolt holder thing on the right side. But man, this fuel injection harness keeps fighting me. There we go. All right, so that's 3 coils. We're about halfway there. If you were doing all 8. She's on. Let's go ahead and hook this harness up before we forget about it. And man, let's kind of pray that the last guy back there ain't got a whole bunch of stuff that falls in, because it's tight. Whatever that hose is right in the way. Might actually have to go get like a deep 7 if I have such a thing, because the extension's a little bit too long. Let's try one more time with the extension. All right, well, I'm gonna go look for a deep well 7. All right, so I think this guy might be perfectly the right size to kind of sneak in here. It looks like, I think it's a heater hose. It's kind of the thing that's the most in the way. And it might have been smart to take care of this guy while you had the one in front of it out. Not gonna lie, probably would have been smart. All right, got that broke loose. See if I can get in here. Oh yeah. One nice thing about all these aluminum intakes and bolts and everything, normally once you break them loose, they do come out by hand. That is a nice thing. Man, this stuff back here is already hot, and I only ran this truck for 2 minutes driving it up here from the house. All right, now can we pull the coil out, keep all the rats from getting in it, and get one back in? Whew. Think I'm gonna have to pull, well, maybe not. About to say, I almost have to pull the fuel injection plug off. I can feel this thing getting hung up on wires back here. It's what it feels like. Well, it's kind of out of the bore. Come on now. This is the one, the plastic connectors fighting. Come on. And the fuel injector harness is also right in the way and kind of tangled up with it. Okay. Took off the coil in front of it. And I have replaced all the fuel injectors in this truck previously. So that would have been a great time to do the coils also, but at the time we weren't getting any fuel injector air, or we weren't getting any ignition coil errors. So again, I'm not gonna fix anything if we're not getting codes for it or something that's showing this thing's not running great. Man, the ignition, or the coil and the fuel injector plug are like woven together on this thing. So I'm trying to kind of untangle them there. It's probably the last guy that was in here, I bet, did that. You ain't got a whole lot of room to work. All right. Okay, I got the fuel injector plug untangled. All right, I think the coil plug, there we go. It finally came off. All right, she should be free. ish. Man, Ford wasn't doing you any favors on this one, I can tell you, because that heater hose line is right in your way. It's out. The humidity in Texas is kicking right now. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, stop talking to me, iPhone. You're definitely kind of operating blind back here on the end. Man, the heat coming off this engine and the ammonia smell is just so gross. My God. Being a mechanic, it's not always fun. Don't let somebody lie to you. Man, I think I'm gonna have to grab a light. I can't see where the bore is. Well, this is a good video showing you guys the battle to get something in the back of this engine. It ain't fun on this side over here. When I get it past the heater hose, then my spark plug boot is all curled up and kind of going the wrong direction. It's not a good sign for me. Let's see. I'm gonna try it. The connector kind of pointing the opposite direction. Yeah, that gave me, I think, kind of the room I needed. All right, I think I got to vacuum a little more. It's in. It's finally in. Ah. Well, we're on the home stretch. One side done, 2 more to go. And I did start it up after I finished the passenger side, just make sure she still ran. She does. That's a good sign.
I didn't get that. Did you try again?
And I don't know why my phone keeps going off, but I've only had about 2 heat strokes, if y'all can't tell. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the vacuum. Oh, oh. Well, that was an attempt to get some of it out, but the wiring harness is so tight to the engine on this side, I can't even get my little sneaker hose in there. We're gonna start on the back side here. Hopefully, if I get this coil out, I'll have a little more room to vacuum if this bore fills up, because there's still a bunch of crap all the way around it. Whew. Definitely getting the hantavirus after this. Jeez. This thing is so nasty. Well, at least the driver's side stuff comes out a little easier. Good Lord. Oh no. I got distracted. Oh no. Did my vacuum hose? I think it went all the way through. How's that possible? Oh man. I'm gonna have to go find another one real quick. Got it to fall out. Oh. That one might have been the first one I got really clean. Oh my God, that thing was just covered. Wow. Don't ever buy a car with this much rat poop unless you're planning on just pulling everything out and starting over. Because you ain't ever gonna clean all this crap out, and the smell, it's almost impossible to get rid of. I know there's some baking soda, vinegar, ammonia concoctions you can make. I've never been incredibly successful with getting rid of the stench, because it like gets in all this insulation material. The metal, you can make the stink go away, but the foam, everything else just absorbs it, and it's like there forever. All right, almost got that bolt tight. Man, one more to go. And I don't ever want to mess with another one of these engines. Jeez. Not a fan of these Ford Modulars. Time and chain issues. Did make decent power for back then. Intake manifolds cracking, leaking. Spark plugs breaking. I mean, other than all that, is a good engine. The Lightning engines were pretty fun. Had a few of those in the past. Oh, I had one in college, and she's like a 500 horse ripper. And man, there wasn't hardly anything on the road back then that would keep up with it. It was like, I guess it's like what owning a, Hellcat or Demon or whatever is now. There ain't nothing pretty much on the road gonna be faster than you. All right. Come on now. Let me have the right angle. Nope. And this one needs the extension. Come on, just break loose, walk away. All right. Can I get it loose with my fingers? Not yet. Now it should be. I was able to kind of get to this bore a little bit better than the back one. Get some of the rat poop out before pulling the coil. But it's kind of one of those things, like there's a ridge around where the coil sits, and it can just get packed full. And there's nothing you can do. Man, I swear, every time I pull one of these, it's like releasing an odor. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it for good measure. I don't know if it needs it or not, but might as well. God, I can just feel stuff just running in the hose. Oh, gross. That feeling where it's like marbles just running through. Oh. Last one, and me and old stinking Lincoln might just be retired from each other, because me and the rat doo-doo do not get along. I'll tell you that. I'm not a fan. I tried to talk them into not buying it just because of this. I opened the door when we did our little walkthrough. I just said, no, don't do it. But I guess the low mileage was just too tempting. You know, go out today and buy a truck. See how much they charge you. This thing was substantially less than that, like 10% or a quarter. All right, she's tight. Plug is on. Let's get all our tools. We'll do a start, see what she sounds like. All right, fingers crossed. She cranks right up. Good. Smelly. No check engine light. Like if you got an immediate one, that's probably a good indication you got a connection loose. She's just humming along. Looks pretty good. Let's give her a rev. Why not? I bet that big mouth air filter here added about 20 horse. Man, y'all hear that thing sucking? Whoop, whoop. No, it probably didn't do anything, but just not filter as good as the factory one. But hey, she's done. Boy, am I happy that job is over. Man, we got this thing still just sitting here running. She's smooth as can be, like brand new, but incredibly stinky, real stinky. But man, I'd like to thank all y'all for watching one of this week's videos on this stinking Lincoln. If you could, like, comment, subscribe. We're growing the Full Blast Garage channel, and it's fun, man. I've had a great time doing this. And I'm going to go find a place to shower, because it looked like I just got hit by a rainstorm. And it's sunny out. The humidity is infinity, I think, right now here in Texas. Good Lord. But, man, let's see what this old thing will do when we drop it down in gear. And oh yeah, till you see my next video, just go out, do something that makes you happy. Just don't work on a Lincoln that's been rat turded for the last 10 years. Don't do that. It ain't fun.